Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we will be talking about the post-match review between Barcelona and Sevilla, and then in the last part I am going to be talking about Eric Garcia and Memphis Depay, because there is a lot that is going on in Barcelona right now. And so we are going to talk about the post-match review, and then we are going to be talking about the transfer operations that's currently happening in Barcelona. And so with the post-match review, I am going to start with the lineup, and in the lineup we did see the exact same starting 11 that Barcelona have been using in the past 3 to 4 matches. Now, there were questions on why Griezmann continues to start in this starting 11. There has been a great debate saying that why is Griezmann on the field when we could be using players like Trincao or Dembélé. But it is quite clear that Koeman is in favor to use Antoine Griezmann on that right wing area, mainly because he presses extremely well and he uses the spaces that he does have extremely well. And so that is what the lineup did look like against Sevilla. And so going into the first half, to basically sum it up, in the first 30 to 35 minutes, it was quite clear that this is probably the worst start Ronald Koeman has had with Barcelona since the day he was appointed. And let me tell you, that is not a bad thing. It's okay for Barcelona to perform in this way. I know that we just came off from other wins like against Celta Vigo and Villarreal, where we did look extremely convincing. And when you compare that to the performance that we did have against Sevilla, it did look like Barcelona had a bad game, but I just do not think that's the case. It is very understandable that Barcelona simply just went up against a side that was on form. It was a strong Sevilla side. This was a Sevilla that did hold off a team like Bayern Munich extremely well. Since Ronald Koeman was appointed, we should have expected a different outcome, and so we did see that. And so on the 8th minute, Sevilla did take the lead. De Jong did score a goal, and it was a very simple mistake by all the defenders from Barcelona. They were just standing there, and then De Jong simply just kicked it into the goal, and then we were 1-0 down. 2 minutes later, Coutinho responded, and he scored the next goal. And that's right, Coutinho, the one man who has been in the spotlight for Barcelona, has scored in this match. And I'm loving that, right? I'm loving how Barcelona is immediately reacting when they are 1 goal down. And so I'm going to stop right there for a second, right? Because ever since that goal was scored from Coutinho, not much really went on going forward. It was a very leveled match. Yes, were there moments where Barcelona could have scored? There were, but it wasn't that exciting UCL semi-final type of match. It was a very leveled match. Sevilla defended extremely well. Barcelona defended extremely well. And so again, not much really went on. And so what I'm going to do in this video going forward is that I do want to talk about 3 players that did stood out in this match, and one of them is Pedri. Pedri is a player that I am extremely proud of. Pedri is that player where I really do think he will be making a mark in Barcelona. And I really want you guys to take note of one thing, right? Notice how well Koeman reads his youngsters extremely well, because I'm never going to forget that quote that Koeman did say about 6 days ago, where he did say that he does not put in a player like Dembélé because he much rather prefers players like Pedri and Trincao, who does show defensive qualities. And we did see exactly that with Pedri in this match. Pedri almost acted like a box-to-box midfielder. He was literally everywhere. He was there to defend alongside Busquets and Piqué and Araujo, and then he was also there to help in attack with Messi and Trincao. And so it was a great thing to see. And the fact that Pedri is given that responsibility to be that player in front of Busquets and behind Lionel Messi, and for Pedri to handle that responsibility extremely well, that potential is humongous. I love to see players like Pedri flourish during times like this. And so I am happy with the substitutions that Ronald Koeman is making. I do prefer that the substitutions that Koeman is making to actually be in the starting 11, but this is where we're at the moment. I do want to see more of Pedri throughout this whole season, and hopefully in the future, maybe within the next 3 or 4 years, we can see Pedri become a fundamental player for Barcelona. The other player that I do want to talk about is Serginho Dest. So yes, Serginho Dest did make his debut for Barcelona. It was a very exciting time for me and for the United States, because the fact that we are seeing an American player wear the Barcelona shirt and play alongside Lionel Messi and many other great world-class players, it is such a privilege. And so I was excited. I am proud of Serginho Dest, and with Dest playing in this match, I honestly did not expect him to participate in this game. And that basically gives you a great idea on where Ronald Koeman's head is at. He does want to emerge a new Barcelona, and he does want to do it extremely quick. And so that game plan is real. Because just notice, right? Really pay attention to Ronald Koeman's substitutions and who he substitutes and when he does those substitutions. Because I would have never thought that we were going to see Dest, Pedri, Trincao start in a match where Barcelona does have to face against a very tough Sevilla side. We would have never seen this under Quique Setién and Ernesto Valverde. And so going back with Serginho Dest, you can really sense that flair that he does bring on the field. There was a moment in the match where he did connect extremely well with Pedri and then with Lionel Messi, where it did lead to a shot from Messi. And so you could just easily see that Dest does favor going forward. He does look very comfortable and confident when he is in that final third area. And so I would love to see more. And keep in mind, Dest was placed in the left back position. He was not playing on the right side where he was originally supposed to be at. Jordi Alba did get injured, and it says here that it is official. Jordi Alba has discomfort in the hamstrings of his right thigh. More tests will be done on Monday to find out the extent of the injury, which means that we are possibly going to see more of Serginho Dest within these upcoming games. And so the last player that I do want to talk about is Araujo. And I'm going to get straight to the point for Araujo, right? This is a center back that must be given more minutes. We must not question Araujo's capabilities on the field. Araujo is ready to be a Barcelona starter. Araujo did impress in this match once again, and surprisingly, Araujo does shine the most every time the midfielders like De Jong or Busquets or Coutinho or Messi, and sometimes maybe even Ansu Fati, he is that defender to cover those mistakes that they do make in the middle of the pitch. Araujo is always there on the right time. He is always there when you do need him to be, and you just know that Araujo knows where he needs to be, and that is only telling us that Araujo is maturing extremely quick, and we have to take advantage of this growth that Araujo is having in Barcelona. And it is also clear that his strengths is his physicality, and so this is going to be a player that we are going to need in the near future. I'm happy to say that we could count on Araujo if either Piquet or Lenglet does get injured, but now I think that we're in a phase where Barcelona does need to take the next step with Araujo, and that is for Araujo to claim a starting spot in this team. Rack 1 also named Araujo the man of the match for the game against Sevilla, and so I am proud of Araujo, Serginho Dest, and Pedri. They all performed extremely well. I do want to see more from all of these players. This is only going to give Barcelona longevity, and so hopefully everything else does go well from here regarding these players. And so here's my final conclusion of this match, right? Overall, I think that we did see a tired Barcelona. Yes, we did only take 1 point, but I think that we should leave here knowing that we gave it our all in this game. And the fact that we put these youngsters against a very tough Sevilla side, and for us to still tie 1-1, this is certainly a Barcelona that's going through a transition. And I think that we are going to peak at the right moment as this season does progress. And so with this match being officially over, we are going to have a 2-week break. That is going to be a break that Barcelona is going to highly need. We know that this Barcelona is highly fatigued, and throughout this 2-week break, I think that it is also going to be great for Ronald Koeman, where he is going to have time to reflect on the matches that he did coach, which is the 3 friendlies and the 3 La Liga matches. Maybe make some small tweaks within the squad, maybe have some readjustments on the right wing area. There is certainly things that we do need to address, but so far so good, right? I think that Barcelona is in a great position right now. And the last thing that I do want to announce is the deadline day. And let me tell you, we are going to get busy within these next 24 to 36 hours. We are heading towards the deadline day, which will be on Monday, and there's already so much news coming out from these transfers regarding Memphis Depay, Dembele, and Eric Garcia. These are going to be the headlines for Barcelona for these next 36 hours. And it says here, breaking news, Memphis Depay will leave Lyon to join Barcelona tomorrow, which will be on Monday. I think that it is quite clear within Barcelona who they do want to out in order to bring Memphis Depay in, and that player is Dembele. Because every time the interviewers ask Koeman what is going on with Dembele, Koeman just says that he is very unclear, and seeing the actions that's being taken on the field, how he's never using Dembele. Like for example, in the match against Sevilla, it is clear that Dembele might not be in the plans of Koeman. And this is what Koeman did have to say after the match against Sevilla regarding Dembele. He said, there are things that can happen, but at the moment, he is a Barcelona player. There is one more day, players can come in or out. Then we have the sporting director of Lyon stating he has got an agreement with Barcelona. We don't hide that. It is possible that Memphis signs for Barcelona tomorrow, but it is not certain. He is the most likely to go. And so there are 2 questions coming out of this. One is, are they going to use Dembele to bring in Memphis Depay? And the other question is this going to affect the Eric Garcia operation? And to be very honest, I cannot answer that second question. There has been other reports coming out within these past few minutes stating that Eric Garcia's operation is going to finally conclude tomorrow and that he is expected to become a Barcelona player on Monday. And so there is so many rumors regarding these players, and so whatever does happen with these players and Barcelona, I am going to be talking about it here in this YouTube channel. So make sure to hit the notification bell. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys did like from this match. What did you not like from this match? And do you think that Eric Garcia and Memphis Depay are going to be the next two signings for FC Barcelona within these next 36 hours? Because let me tell you, it does look highly likely that this could happen by the time Monday does end. So again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.